share with you is perspective. Perspective is how we view things. Perspective is how, when things, life happens to us, shifting how we see those things. Perspective is not just seeing the good in all things that happen to us, but starting to find the value in the hard times. For me, navigating my pain and navigating my anger, I had to shift my perspective and realize it was a stepping stone to bringing me closer to my purpose in life. Perspective is such a powerful tool, but it shifts our mindset from being a victim to realizing that we are creating our reality with our thoughts. Perspective is also realizing that even as life in all its complexity, life is truly a gift and we should truly embrace it. Appreciation is the third tool to live a purpose-driven life. Appreciation is really not just embracing the good things, but also the tough times too. For me, on my journey, I started to appreciate my struggles and started to see the beauty in them. Appreciation is such a powerful tool to really start to transform and start to live a purpose-driven life. The very last one is emotion. You know, as a society, we have been conditioned to push our emotions away and also the overwhelming ones. But emotion is such a powerful guide to truly start to tap into who you really are from within. Emotion is such a beautiful tool for me on my journey because what happened is the moment I embraced my emotion and really sat with them without judging them, my life transformed. Emotions, appreciation, awareness, and perspective are four simple, powerful tools for you to start to live a purpose-driven life. For me on my journey, those tools, they seem very simple, yet they are profound. And as fellow entrepreneurs, if you're seeking to have a life work harmony, these tools will transform your mindset. For me, realizing these tools brought about my book. The truth is, I do not know. Fun ways to make your life less complicated. It's a very simple yet profound book that changed my life, and I shared the story in this book. So this is me from me to you, saying to you that the moment you truly start to accept every part of yourself, I mean, really accept it by being aware, shifting your perspective, appreciate all the moments in your life, and truly sitting with your emotions, you will start to see and balance your true how to change your life from within. But most importantly, start to find and cultivate a life-driven purpose. Thank you.
Oh, wow. That was incredible. We appreciate that amazing soul.
Thank
Wow,
you
what
so
a way to kick it off with a TED Talk.
much.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we're going to get to all the other speakers and then we'll get to our question and answers. So for those of you on LinkedIn, I guess for some reason, some of you can't see us. I'll go to YouTube. Go to Eric F. King at YouTube and leave your comments and your questions, okay? Comments and questions. And let us know where you're zooming in from today, okay? Let us know. Just say, hi from wherever, okay? All right, so let's keep going. Our next speaker, so we're going to go from North Carolina all the way to California to the West Coast, where it is 4:10 in the morning, and she is here with you, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, as they used to say. I don't know if they still say that. But anyway, yeah, so it's always a joy to hear from Leah. Leah is a financial strategist. And one of the reasons why I always have her on the show is because I want people to understand the importance of money in your life. Okay. A lot of, when you don't talk about something and you don't think about it, you can't be intentional about getting it. And a lot of people are just broke, busted, and disgusted. They're just broke because they never talk about it, right? They never talk about it like a secret. But the wealthy talk about it, right? And I want you to be wealthy if you're not wealthy right now. Okay. So Leah Garcia, she helps you make money. She helps you invest money. She tells you what to do with your money. Okay. And she's also a black belt in martial arts, which shows that she has a lot of discipline, right? And you don't want to mess with her, right? So people say, well, Eric, money doesn't buy you happiness. Well, poverty doesn't either. Right? Prosperity buys you a lot more happiness than poverty. And I think the person that said that statement, the first person, he was a broke guy, and we just followed it. We just listened to him. All right. So without further ado, I am going to call on my good friend from California, Leah Garcia. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much, Eric F., King of Collaboration. Well, my name is Leah Garcia, financial strategist and insurance professional, and it is my crusade to help you properly protect, distribute, and transfer your wealth so you can build that legacy and create generational and multi-generational wealth for your family. And when I think of a purpose driven life, I automatically think a purpose driven life is going to equate to purpose driven wealth. Otherwise, we will accumulate that wealth and we will still feel empty. So, I'm going to give you 3 quick tips on how you can create your purpose driven wealth. So, the first one is identify your core values. I talk about the 5 F's: your faith, your family, your finance, your fitness, and fun. And I truly believe that when we grow our wealth, every area of our life will improve. We will be better stewards to our faith. We'll be able to be better givers. We'll have greater times with our family and be able to create that generational wealth. So get really, really clear on what your core values are. And by the way, I've added 2 more, which is food and philanthropy, because food is expensive, folks. Have we noticed that having organic and real food is costly? And I always say that givers gain. As we have more, we will be able to give more. When we give out of lack, that creates more lack. But when we give out of abundance, it creates more abundance. Number 2, have a clear financial plan. This is why I talk about the wall of wealth, my 1 page financial plan. Think about it this way. Many families are trying to put together their financial plan, but they're putting on the roof and the windows and they never take the time to create a financial foundation. They don't even know what the foundation is. They're trying to do all these things like Bitcoin and stocks and buying and options and all these esoteric investments, which there's a place for that. But we got to start with the foundation, folks. So absolutely, it's the order of operations. I took algebra. I didn't learn a whole lot, but one thing I learned was order of operations, right? Number 3, listen, Think and Grow Rich says that we have to determine not just what we want, but what are we willing to give in order to receive that. Otherwise, if we're expecting without giving, that's called robbery. And none of us are robbers here, right? We understand that we have to give something. And I never say give up. It's never about a give up. It's an exchange principle. We are exchanging something of value for something else for equal or greater value. And folks, listen, Eric alluded to it earlier. Money doesn't buy happiness, it's true. But the great Bradley says, money doesn't buy happiness, but broke doesn't buy anything. So with that, I hand it back to you, Mr. Eric F. King.
All right. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Leah. That was incredible. Oh my goodness. You always bring the fire and people are excited about it. Welcome, people. I see people coming in from all over the world right now. Paulette from Las Vegas, welcome. Harumi, Indiana, welcome. Priscilla from Nigeria, welcome. Let's see. Amaka from Texas, welcome. Appreciate everybody. Come on in, come on in. If you, for some reason, if you don't see us, just go on my page. And for some reason, there were 2 links put up there, and one of them is working and one isn't. So find the one that's working. All right. So appreciate everybody. We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. So our next speaker, okay, let's see. Okay, well, maybe she'll pop back on. I think she will. All right. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share some points with you that I came up with for this topic. And, you know, it's interesting that a lot of people, like I said, they go through entire life and not really having a purpose. It's like, okay, I wake up and what do I do? Right? They tell me to go to school, so let me go to school and get a degree in something, whatever, right? And then they tell me that I'm supposed to get married, so let me find somebody to get married to. They tell I'm supposed to have kids. Okay, let's have some kids. Right. So people just go about life doing what they tell them to do. Okay. And so how do you decide that you're going to live a purpose driven life? Okay, number one thing you have to do is you have to identify your values. What are your values, right? What is it that you want to do? Like, I get calls and messages from people all the time that want me to do something, right? They're like, Eric, we need to go and start this campaign, or we need to go and start this business. And I look at it and I said, well, this is not in alignment with what I want to do and accomplish in life. So I'm not really interested. But you don't understand, Eric, because what we can do together. Like, and I'm like, I understand that that's your passion. I understand that that's your mission and that's your goal, but it's not mine. Okay. And you have to learn to say no. Okay. All right. So identify your values. Number two is decide what your clear goals are, right? So you have to have goals that you want to accomplish, and don't let anything stop you. Go under it, over it, around it. It doesn't matter. To accomplish your goals. Are you going to have obstacles? Absolutely. We all have obstacles, right? But you have to go for it, right? Regardless of what people think, say, or do. That's tough. That's a tough one. That's a tough one, because you may offend some people. But guess what? If you decide to just follow everybody, it's like you're riding two bicycles at the same time. You can't do it. You're chasing three rabbits. You can't do it, right? So you have to have a clear goals on what you want to accomplish, and you want to go, and you have to go for it. Number three, you have to expand your comfort zone, right? It's not easy. It's not easy. It's easier to be in your comfort zone, right? So easy to be in a comfort zone. For me, my litmus test is, what I'm embarking on. Is it making me a little nervous? If it's not, then I'm not growing, right? You got to do, like, you can't just stay in your comfort zone all life. Like, you'll never achieve your full potential in life. You got to do things that push you, that push you. All right. And then lastly is make an impact. Make an impact. For me, my purpose in life is to help entrepreneurs like you guys to be able to sell your offers without being pushy or salesy. I've helped hundreds of people. I'm looking to help thousands more, right? I help them either through teaching them how to go through their conversations and how to persuade people to buy what they need to succeed. Okay. If you go to compassionatecloser.com, click on that. You'll get an ebook. We'll teach you more about influence and persuasion. And then if you want to join my coaching program, book a call, or you want to learn about it, book a call, and we'll go from there. You see, that's how I help people. And then I also help people by putting coaches and speakers on stage so they can share what they have. Okay. And you can go to studiospeaking.com, and I'll put all that in the chat. Right. So that's an example right there. That is my passion. I love it. Every day I get up, I'm excited to help more people. All right. So let's keep going to our next speaker. And this is actually a good segue, because our next speaker is a marketing genius. He's a marketing genius. Now, not only did I go all over the United States, but I went all over the world to find him. I went all the way to Europe to find him. And I found him, folks. I found him. And he is a marketing genius. He helps make you famous. Would you like to be famous? He made me famous on LinkedIn. Nobody knew me on LinkedIn, and I didn't know anybody. I was just posting, but I didn't know anybody. But he helped me connect with people. So I like to bring on stage my good friend Annie Osang. Annie, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, my friends. Please, such a big builder, Eric. You deserve everything right back at you, my friend. Work on amazing soul. I think this topic is probably one of the biggest ones that we need to learn from, right? Because it's easy, as you say, Eric, to do things. Can I do that? Can I do that? I was one of those people. Literally, maybe 3 years ago, just doing stuff, running my business. Been doing it in business for since 2015, right? And you get to that place where you're just going around in circles. You get a customer, you say, "Oh, I'm rich." You lose a customer, you're like, "I'm broke." Peaks and troughs, as we call it. Nothing goes up, nothing goes down. You just stay stuck, and you don't know how to move forward. You see, in the end, finding my purpose is what has got me to where I am today. Let me try and break it down for you. Everything that you said, amazing. So pretty much is true, and I found all those things along the journey. Saying that again, I think that it started off with discovering mindsets. That's what this our conversations come down to. Really, I found a mindset coach, and the first thing we had to address was why are you doing any of this? Why are you doing all of this? What's your goal? I'm like, goal? I want to get rich. I want to make money. They're like, she's like, no, that's not the point. That's not it. That's not enough, right? Because I was making money, but not enough, and not enough to give myself joy, right? And I said, "What's your goal?" It took us weeks. And I wrote to make money, make £1 million, do this, do that. She's like, and then she's like, "Look at it. Come back to me tomorrow." And if it sticks tomorrow, then you can go forward with this. I'm like, okay, but tomorrow everything was changed. I was like, no, I don't feel no. Make £1 million for what? I've made £1 million already. Now what? I said, I do this. In the end, I think finding what's inside your soul, what aligns with you, what truly gives you joy. That's what I had to find. And I guess for me, finding that thing came down to doing what I do, making elevating other people. I can find that our purpose tends to be about helping others, really helping others whilst to help ourselves. I say, no, it's a question of what gives you real fulfillment, what uses your skill, what's really who are you? That's a question I had to ask myself. Once I found the answer, and I am happier straight away. My income quadrupled. So I had 3 staff. That's what happens when you find your sense of purpose. You do what you want, you do what you enjoy, you do what has impact, you find real joy. Now, let me tell you the weirdest bit for me, which I didn't expect to happen. I said, I've always kept business and family life separate because that's just how we do, right? I said, finding my purpose, finding that sense of self, and what really gives me fulfillment, leaves me fulfilled. I suddenly realized I had the resentment to life that I didn't even know about. And literally, I would rise from here, my office. I'm sitting here right now in my chair, right? I would leave here, go downstairs to my family. Suddenly there'll be arguments. I'm like, what's going on? They're all crazy. But it took me a long time to realize they're not crazy. I'm the crazy one because I didn't have a joy in my heart. It took me a long time to realize before you get up and smile at yourself, realize the day is good. The day is it's a blessing. Now, there's nothing wrong. I'm living in joy. I mean, you mentioned it, my friend. Literally, you have to have the attitude to be grateful to life, for life. With that gratitude, I go downstairs now. Everything just works. Everyone's happy. It's not them. It's that's finding my purpose. And I'll tell everyone this till I die. When you find your purpose, you live a happier life. Full stop. All parts of life suddenly start working, and you start making money. That's the point. That's what I want to leave you with today, my friends. I could talk a lot more, but let me let someone else speak for a second, right?
All right. Thank you so much, Annie. Appreciate that. It's always amazing to hear Annie because him and I are a little different. Like he's soft spoken, right? He's soft spoken, but he gets his message across even better than me. For being soft spoken, maybe I need to be soft spoken. Maybe I need to be soft spoken. But I just love it. Thank you so much, Annie. We appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna keep going. I do want to thank Andrea Pratt Smith. Yes, appreciate that. So what Andrea did is she was in a group of people who couldn't see our live, and then she put the link for the YouTube in there, telling everybody to go to the YouTube. So I appreciate you, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. We appreciate that, Andrea. And if you can get the link from our other LinkedIn page, because I can't do it, I'll mess it up, then put it in there as well. We appreciate you. All right, and welcome to all the new people that joined us. Alicia, good to see you. Coral from across the pond. Rosemary, welcome. Welcome, everybody. All right. So we're going to go to our next speaker. Now, so I went from now I'm in the UK, right? We're in the UK. Now we're flying all the way to Nigeria. All right. So I had to go all over the world to find this guy. Yes. And when I found him, I was so happy because he is truly a genius at helping people become positive in a negative world. We all live in a negative world. If you don't believe it, put on the news. You'll be sad and depressed within 5 minutes. 3 minutes. Okay. We live in a negative world, right? And it's important to stay positive, but it's hard. It's hard to stay positive, right? Especially if you have obstacles and problems and whatnot. We have unique problems as challenges as entrepreneurs. That's why I brought him. This is a guy that I've paid multiple times in my business, right? And why? Because he gives such a great service. All right. He has like 2 million followers. And I'm joking, maybe 35,000 followers, but he has a lot of followers. Why? Because he gives so much value. So without further ado, I'm going to send it out to Nigeria, to Zion and Nergaru. The floor is yours, my brother.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric, for always giving us the gem and the wonderful introduction. And to my amazing world class speakers who have spoken before me, Leah, I see you. Mr. Annie, thank you so much. And amazing soul. We are so glad to have you in the team today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And the wonderful people who are joining us from all over the world, we say a very big thank you. Now, I don't know how your weekend went. I don't know how the weekend was. But for the fact you are kicking your day with us, I'm sure your week is going to be blessed. It's going to be wonderful. It's going to be amazing because we are here for you. It's a very interesting topic today, talking about living a purpose driven life. And if there's one thing I want to tell you, it's if you want to build a purpose driven life, surround yourself with purpose driven people. Yes, it is very, very important. Do not take it for granted. If you want to build a purpose driven life, surround yourself with purpose driven people. Your cycle is important when you are pursuing purpose. The people around you, it's very important when you want to achieve purpose in life. Do not take it for granted. Don't allow anyhow person come into your cycle because they will disrupt the flow. They will discourage you. They will make you not to achieve it. So if you want to live a purpose-driven life, surround yourself with purpose-driven people. And secondly, you must understand that a purpose-driven life starts from within. It's not something you go searching from street to street, from company to company, or from business to business. It starts from within. It's an inside out discovery that allows you to recognize your gift and your talent. So, if you want to live a purpose driven life, it's not something you find outside, it starts from within. You discovering yourself, discovering your purpose and gifting, and recognizing it. And thirdly, when you discover your gift, your purpose, your talent, it's good, it's amazing. But one thing you must do is believe in yourself. In a purpose driven life, you have to believe in yourself because there is nobody that can believe in you more than you. Yes. You are your best fan, you are your best cheerleader. You have to believe in yourself. When it comes to believing in yourself, it's very important because you cannot achieve more than your belief. Yes, you cannot achieve more than your belief. Yes, you cannot achieve more than your belief. You might have something you want to do, but increase your level of belief towards that thing. Do not settle for less. Do not say, I cannot do it, I don't have the resources, then let me settle for less. No. Believe far beyond and above. And by doing that, it will help you to continue to live a purpose driven life. Another point I will give you is in whatever you are doing, make sure that it is aligned with your purpose. It is geared towards helping people. Yes. You might have the money, you might have everything you want to get, but the satisfaction is not there. The greatest satisfaction you can get in pursuing purpose and achieving it's the fact that you are using it to help humanity. You are using it to support others. You are using it to put smile in people's face. So do the business, but make sure humanity is at heart. Pursue the goal, make sure humanity is at heart. Pursue the goal, make sure humanity is at heart, because that is where the true joy, the true fulfillment, the true happiness is. When you are using it to help humanity, when you are using it to support others, when you are using it to put smile in people's face. So
All right. So I think we lost you or something. But anyway, we got 99% of what you said, and we appreciate you, Zion. As always, great points from Mr. Positivity himself. All right, so folks, so I want you all to put some questions in the chat. You have some world-class speakers here before you. Okay, so don't take it for granted. They can be anywhere. They're all successful people, all successful entrepreneurs, but they're here with you. So any question you have pertaining to this topic, put it in the chat. Start by just writing the word question. Type in the word question, right? And then put it in the chat, and then we'll get to it. All right. So while you all doing that, I want to ask the panel, um, what is your purpose and how did you find it? Okay. What is your purpose in life and how did you find it? Because some people, number one, they don't know their purpose. And number two, they don't know how to find it. So is that anything? Can any of you share that? Anybody? Go ahead, Leah.
Yeah, that's such a great question. And I think a lot of times people get it a little they get a little confused and they think, "Oh, you know what? I don't want to just create money." They have all these preconceived notions. And for me, I really go back to when I was a little girl when I was 6 years old and I was living in poverty. I grew up on the east side of San Jose on food stamps and welfare. And I saw this commercial and the announcer said, if you spray Windex on your windows, your whole world will sparkle. Now, we were living on welfare. I begged my mom for Windex. She tried to give me the off brand, but I wanted Windex. And I was there as a little girl and I was shining up those windows. And I know this sounds so corny, but it's so true. Every time I help a family, I'm reaching in to the children in their life and in their future. If they don't have children, maybe it's a neighbor that they are influencing. They're being that champion for that little neighbor. Maybe they're a teacher, maybe they're an auntie or an uncle. And those children, for me, when I'm reaching into their future, it's like it's cathartic for me. I'm reaching back to my little 6-year old self and I'm able to heal that little girl inside me. So that's really what I do. And I believe that we all have that ability to go back and rewrite our past, right?
Wow, that's
So there you
powerful.
go.
That's powerful. A lot of times I tell people that you have more control over your life than you think we do, right? Than you think you do. Like, when we grow up as a young kid, we just feel that, how we grow up is how we're supposed to live our lives. And that's not the case. You can change your life starting today,
Mhm.
just like that. Just like that. Anybody else want to share? Okay, go ahead. Amazing Soul.
Um, for me, pain was it. Pain was a teacher. Pain was an experience for me, and shifting my perspective on the pain that I had for 20 years transformed everything for me. For you to find yourself, you have to get lost. I had to get lost for me to really find my purpose in life. And because of everything seemed like it was crushing and it was falling apart, and the pain that I was dealing with took a toll on my mental health and my physical body, it forced me to go within and really sit with myself that what do I really want in life? And that thing was, I genuinely love to help people shift their perspective on how they view themselves mentally in a fun way. I genuinely feel like once we can start to approach our mindset in a fun way, it's easier to let go of the limiting belief systems. So that's something that's how I found my purpose in life, by getting lost and realizing that the pain was a gift. And without that pain, I won't be here speaking to you. But yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much. I love those comments because, if you're not lost, you can't find yourself. And people
Yeah.
look at it like, well, I'm lost, so this is a big problem. Actually, it's a benefit. It's actually a benefit because now it tells you where to go, right?
Right.
If a door is not closed, you won't open up another door,
Yeah.
right? So that's why when I have challenges in my life, I look at it like, I thank God for them. I'm like, wow, appreciate that. That means this is not where I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go here,
Yeah.
right? Um, um, you know, we tend to think, like where I'm from Nigeria, and people always pray not to have issues in life, right? So when
Mm.
you're praying that, God, bless me, I'll make sure I don't have a problem with this, and I don't have a problem with this, and I don't have a problem with that. But guess what? We're gonna have problems,
Oh yeah.
right? So I think it behooves you more to focus on solutions and focus on how to get through the problems, right? Than to focus on not having them. Yeah, not having them, right? That really changed my life, right? Don't ask for less problems, ask for more skills. Jim Rohn used to say, right? Don't ask for less challenges, ask for more wisdom, right? Because the challenges are coming.
Yeah.
The challenges are coming. Right.
Yeah.
So we appreciate that, amazing soul. Thank you so much. Leah, did you want to say something? Did somebody put up their hand? Okay.
I already spoke.
Annie, go ahead, and then we'll get to our next question.
So the question is, how do you find your purpose, right?
Yes, you can. Yeah, let's go with
See,
that.
it's a hard one because we've got this quirk where some will tell you you're born with this purpose, you're born with this sense of mission, this thing that's yours, right? And I think was it Steve Jobs that told a group of students, always do what you love. And the question is now, do you find do you love what you do or do you do what you love? They're two fundamental things, right? They really are. I think there's a question that's going to come up later on, I'm sure, on this topic, right? I think, it's about finding a thing that uses your skill that gives you true joy, whatever that looks like, right? For me, what gives me true joy, yes, elevating other people gives me joy, especially because they pay me for it, right? They appreciate it, they rise and they pay me for it. I'm like, yeah, this gives me joy. But deep down, I think helping people to realize that they can is what really makes me happy. Now you hear me talking about mindset half the time because I'm not a mindset coach. I leave that to experts. But what I've learned is that we really can. I think that once we really, like you're saying, Eric, embrace the challenges, embrace the chance to learn, embrace the chance to become. That's what truly excites me. I said that when one person takes action, I get so much joy from that. Literally one person who says, "Yeah, I can. Let me try. Let me do." I'm like, "Yeah, that you get it." Because you never know how that life's going to be transformed forever. How many more lives they're going to transform as well.
Awesome.
So I do more of that and less of the other things.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Let's get to our question from the crowd. So, Coral from Great Britain says, how can a person distinguish between what they think is their purpose and what it genuinely is? Is there a difference? That's a good one. That's a real good one. Leah, and then Amazing Soul. Go ahead.
Apologies, amazing soul. Yeah, I absolutely love what you said is you got to be willing to get lost. That is so crucial. So the question is, how can you distinguish between what you think is your purpose and what is it is genuinely? You know what? For me on my journey, I've learned that my purpose has evolved and changed. What I thought when I started, I was just trying to put food on the table. I was just trying to feed myself. And so I couldn't see outside of myself. But as our identity grows, and guess what? Our picture of ourselves will grow, and what we believe is possible will grow. So give yourself grace and understanding what is your purpose today will may not be your purpose tomorrow. And this is what I say is that people talk a lot about motivation. I say motivation is fleeting. It's about inspiration. So if that alarm goes off and you're still hitting the snooze button, that is probably not your purpose, right? Because your purpose will get you up. Listen, I have to get up at 2:30 a.m. I got to do my hair and all this stuff. But guess what? I wake up at 2:15. Why? I set the alarm always, always just in case. But I'm coming out of my inspiration to be able to bring this value to you today. So thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you as well. Amazing soul. Amazing soul. I got all choked up calling out amazing soul. I can't wait to hear what she's gonna say. Amazing soul.
Hi, Leah. Thank you again, Leah. Thank you, Eric. And thank you, Cora, for this beautiful question. For me and how I would approach this, if you can answer these three questions, you have found your multi-billion-dollar answer in life. The first question is find something that you love to do for fun, that you don't take yourself so seriously, right? Now, once you find that, the second question is this thing that you found, would you still do this stuff, whether or not you get paid money for it or not? Would you do it for free? And the third question is, would you still do this stuff regardless of what people think about it? Now, if you can really, genuinely, honestly answer those three questions, you have found your purpose, whatever ticked you as a child, and that is your authenticity. And once you can connect to that childlike version of yourself, it's open windows from there. But that's something that you can start to approach life that way. If you can answer those three questions, you're good. But yeah.
Oh wow. I just applied it to my life. That's awesome. I love it. That's a great litmus test. Okay, folks, you got it here. All right. All right. Appreciate that. Anybody else? You are muted for some reason. You're muted.
No, look, I think it's that thing that you dream about, that you're obsessed about, the thing that bugs your brain even when you're asleep. There's something that if they say you see, everything exists twice, right? First in your mind and then in real life. I think that the thing that keeps you awake, the thing that just makes you excited, the thing that makes you that you can see the joy, you can feel the joy when you do it. Like that's you say, amazing. So it gives you so much happiness.
Yes.
There's nothing else like it. That's your true purpose. Of course, I think Leah's right. We'll think there's that one thing that's going to last for the whole of our life. That's not always the case. Things, we change, we evolve. The more we learn, the more we can do. The more we can do, and our life can be a bit different, but we'll still find that goal, that vision, that joy. It doesn't change. How we get there might change, but ultimately we're still who we are. We still feel what we feel within us, right? So that's what I was. It's all right to do something today, and then say tomorrow, "Oh, that wasn't my real purpose." It's fine, because all you're going to do is get nearer to your real purpose. Never further away, right? So I'd say do what gives you joy today, and then see how that goes, right? If it gives you joy tomorrow, do more of it. If you want to do it for free, do it for forever, then great. If not, find the thing that's truly within you. It's all within us, right? That's the truth. When you can find what's within you, you'll be happier, you'll be richer, you just be a better person. I tell you, I don't say that lightly.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate that. And absolutely, absolutely. Did you want to say something, Leah? No. Okay. Okay. So I love this question, and I was just using Amazing Souls litmus test for what I do, and I was like, I can get on a live every day to teach entrepreneurs sales skills. I love it. I love it. And the thing is, I think Leah and I were talking about this. Sometimes you do things and you're doing it over and over, and you're like, okay, I've said this before, but new people need to hear it.
Right.
New people need to hear it, right? I watch Amazing Souls videos on Instagram, and they're powerful videos. Some of the things she says, I know, but she didn't do it. She didn't do it for me. She did the video for the people that don't know, that need to know, right? So don't be afraid to just keep doing what you believe in. And also, real quick, sometimes people tell you what you should do, but you know that's not what you shouldn't do. When I was a kid, I was very precocious. In other words, I thought like an adult, right? I spoke like an adult when I was a kid. So my dad said, I'm going to be a senator one day. He said, my son is going to be a senator, right? And I'm like, I don't even like politics. I'm not going to be a senator, right? Right? I want freedom. I don't want my constituency to tell me what to do, right? My mom, who's very religious, said, my son's going to be a pastor. He's going to be a bishop. I'm like, I don't want to be a bishop. I don't want the problems of the whole church. No. So even though I love them, right? They are not I'm not going to follow their dream for me. I'm going to follow my dream for me. So I can be happy. Okay. So that's important, right? Find what's fun, find what you can do, whether they pay you or not, and do what you want to do, not what they're telling you to do. Because they may tell you to do something, I'll make a lot of money, and you make the money, but you're just still miserable because you don't enjoy what you're doing. All right, so that's a great question. Great question. Let's go to another question. Paulette says, can volunteering help you find your purpose? Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, I think it's a great way to find your purpose, especially since you haven't invested so much into it, right? So does anybody want to talk about this before I share? Can volunteering help you with your purpose? Okay, amazing. So go ahead.
That's a great question, Paulette. Thank you so much for that question. Yes, it can, but the real question is, what's your intent with volunteering? Are you volunteering because, society says it's a way to find your purpose, or you enjoy doing it because it's something that is fun for you and brings you joy, and the byproduct of doing that, you might find your purpose. Now, I will say this. Number one reason why we suffer as human beings is expectation. So shift your mindset from seeing this as, I'm going to volunteer to find my purpose, as opposed to, I will volunteer because it's an experience. I'm having this experience. Now, if finding my purpose comes out of it, that's great. But having that mindset, oh, I'm doing this because it will lead to X, Y, Z. Because if it doesn't happen, now we suffer. Now we're judging, oh, this was a bad or a good. No, just embrace it like, okay, I'm just going to volunteer because it's fun. And it's another human experience. Now, if I get what I want out of it, that's great. And if it doesn't happen, that's okay too. But it's a great way to find your purpose if that's what really close to your heart. But yeah, but just shifting that mindset from expectation to experience will really help you move from moment to moment.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, amazing. So Leah, go ahead.
Yeah, I love that. Great points. Amazing soul. What I think about is volunteering is a great way for you to really find if that is your purpose, and you get an opportunity to be a scientist. Start, if you really want to be a speaker, to go start volunteering at speaking events. If you want to be a mechanic, go volunteering at a mechanic shop, clean the tools or something. And through that, if you allow yourself to become a scientist and just have different experiences, that's when really you will start to really refine your purpose. And for me, volunteering really helps me to stay in gratitude. And gratitude is really one of the best ways for us to do anything. If we want to be a great anything or even upgrade just our daily life, I just believe that gratitude, staying in gratitude is so powerful. So thank you, Mr. Eric.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right. Do you want us to go to the next question? We have one more question. I don't see any putting up in his hand. Okay, so let's go to the next question. And by the way, when you answer this question, my amazing speakers, let people know how they can reach you. Some people on this line right now, they want to follow you, they want to watch your videos, they want to connect with you. Maybe they want to buy your book, right? They want to buy your book, or they want to join your program, right? Or they want to get your help and need to market themselves, right? So whatever it is, let people know how they can reach you. And also to all the people on the line today, reach out to these amazing coaches, no pun intended, Amazing Soul. You have such an incredible name, right? Reach out to them. All right. So let's see. The last question. Okay, I saw it here. Let's see. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, here we go. All right. All right. But and by the way, I did want to talk about something about volunteering real quick. There's a company called Toyota. Some of you have heard of Toyota, right? They have high, quality cars. There's a young man who volunteered to work for Toyota many years ago. I don't know, maybe 100 years ago. I don't know. And he volunteered, and then he liked the job. He enjoyed being a mechanic, and then he gave them some ideas. And then they took the ideas. Then he wanted to be part of the company itself, right? And they declined. They said, no, we don't need any partners. So he left and started his own company. His last name is Honda. True story. True story.
Wow.
So, volunteer, you may find your passion and you may actually end up being better than the person you volunteered for. Yeah, yeah. So obviously Toyota and Honda are competitors now, but that's how it started, right? Started with volunteering. I was in Colorado last week at the National Speakers Association convention, and some people reached out to me to ask me if they could volunteer to be at our booth, right? We already had people, but they just wanted to be in the room with all these speakers. So that's smart, right? I'm sure they'll find a way, with somebody, right? Okay, so here's our last question. And again, after you answer this question, then please let us know how we can reach you. The question is, how can a person handle doubts or uncertainties about their purpose? And what steps can you advise them to take? Very good question. We all have doubts and insecurities. Everybody, every human being. I just want you to know that. Amazing Soul, go ahead.
That's a great question, Carl. For you to transform yourself, you have to be willing to accept every part of yourself. And for you to overcome self-doubt, that acceptance has to come. I mean, accepting not just the good parts of yourself, but also the bad parts. See, the moment we mentally accept every part of ourselves, it's easier to transform our lives. At least for me, for a very long time, I pushed pain away for 20 years. It was not until I mentally accepted the worst case scenario in my mind and the parts I couldn't look at in the mirror, then my life started to transform. So you have to be willing to accept every part of yourself and love every part of yourself unconditionally. That's the first step. Regardless of what people perceive you, it's how you perceive yourself mentally. Now, once you can start to accept all parts of yourself unconditionally, it's easier for you to overcome the self-doubt and uncertainty because life is mental, right? And it's not how life is happening at you, it's how life is happening for you. And once you shift that victim mentality to realize that your thoughts create your belief system, and your belief system create your reality. So if you want to overcome doubt, go back to your thoughts, go back to your patterns. And once you can really go back to the beginning of your story to see where those thoughts are coming from, it's easier to overcome that doubt and uncertainty. Then you can now start to find your purpose. But you have to really go back to the beginning of the story. And if you're trying to connect with me, my name is The Amazing Soul on all social media platforms: Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, YouTube. It's The Amazing Soul Mentor if you're trying to connect with me and what I do. But yeah, thank you so much again, Carl, for this question.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Appreciate that, Amazing Soul. Yes, connect with Amazing Soul. Get her book. Put up your book. Put up your book. You have an incredible
Oh,
gift.
yeah.
I downloaded it. It's packed full of information. All right.
Yeah. The truth is, I do
And
not know. It's on Amazon.
congratulations. 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 And we actually have a guy here, Annie, who helps people publish books. So it's like we're all here. We believe in books
That's
and
right.
writing. I know
Yeah.
Leah just wrote I don't know, manuscript or ebook, something. Right. So it's great. We appreciate that. All right. So who'd like to go next? Leah, go ahead.
Yes, absolutely. Great question, Coral. How do we handle self doubt, uncertainty? Here's the truth: we all have it, and you will have it at every level. I always love the quote by Cassandra Terry. She says, do it scared, do it with shaky legs, do it even if your voice trembles. Folks, That's how you'll know you're making progress. Progress is happiness. If you are not feeling scared, if you don't feel any uncertainty, you're not growing, you're dying. So that's the bottom line. And what'll happen is as you take action, because done beats perfect, as you take action, you will start to increase your capacity. And you're going to look back 6 months ago and say, wow, I can't believe when I was so afraid to do that. My first video, I said, hi, my name is Leah Garcia. I sell insurance. I mean, it was literally like 29 seconds, right? I don't want to do video. And now here it is. We're doing all this stuff. I'm getting up at 2:30 a.m. If you would have told me I was going to be doing this a year ago, I would have said, you're crazy. Okay. So, best way to reach me, I'm all over social media, but LinkedIn is my most favorite platform. And I'd love to give you my one-page financial plan, The Wall of Wealth. It is actually free, which is my favorite F word. So, hand it back to you, Eric.
We appreciate it that that is your favorite effort. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. All right, all right. Annie, go ahead. We got like 2 minutes. Go ahead.
I think, look, the devil always comes just before our glory, right? That's one way of looking at it. In other words, self-doubt will come, uncertainty will come. If this is really your purpose, my friend, you will have to push through it. And accept that this day will come when you wonder, is it really? If you don't put, like as Leah says, if you don't push through it, in 6 months' time, are you going to be saying, I wish I had pushed through it? Are you going to be saying, I'm glad I did push through it? So do what you have to do to carry on your journey. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. If it feels right, do it at all costs. We've all been there. We know what it's like to. Do I really want to do it today? Yes, I do. I have to do it. What choice do I have? Right? It's my purpose. That's why we'll do what we do, my friends. Keep
Awesome.
doing. Find that purpose and live it in 100%. Live it 100% you every day as best you can. Right? Look, find me on LinkedIn. I love to connect with people. I love to talk to everyone. Eric says we love books. There's my book. Listen to Learn from COVID. That's launching on Wednesday. So do connect with me and come to our book launch event on the LinkedIn audio events that we're doing, right? So that's my joy, my friends. My my profile link is in the comments, so do connect with me on there.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Awesome. Okay, so has everybody spoken? Okay, good, good, good. All right. So I just wanted to say real quick regarding your question, uncertainty and doubt. Everybody experiences that. The number one reason why people are uncertain and their doubt is because they're not seeing success. Okay. Just because you're not seeing success doesn't mean you won't succeed. Right. I just did a video I'm going to post in a couple of days. You know, just because you have 6, 7 no's or 8 no's doesn't mean you're doing the wrong thing. People say, well, Eric, you don't understand. 9 people said no. So obviously it's not a good business. I'm like, do you know how many people said no to all the great business people in the world? Hundreds, thousands. Don't count the no's. The no's, that's the wrong count. Count the yeses. Count the person that says, that's a good idea. Count the person that says, you know what, I'll look into that. Count the person that says, you know what, can you call me back in a couple of weeks because I want to think more about that. That's what you count, right? Our brain plays tricks on us when we're not achieving our goal at the time we want to achieve it. So you have to tell yourself, you have to surround yourself with the right people, like Zion said, and keep moving forward because it won't always be easy, right? Just because it's not working for you now doesn't mean it won't work. Okay. All right. So that's my answer to that. I'm on all social media platforms, Eric F. King on all social media platforms, LinkedIn especially. For those of you, some people just ask me if I still have my coaching program going on. I do. We just started a new session. If you want to join us, go to successwitheric.com, click on work with me. I put it in the chat there, successwitheric.com, work with me. And when you click on work with me, you will see a list of a lot of people that have taken my coaching, and you can see if you think it's for you or not. And if you have an interest, just book a call. And for those of you that want to speak on my stage, go to studiospeaking.com, studiospeaking.com. You will find, let's see, I'm putting it in here right now. You will find, again, videos of other speakers on my stage, and you can see if this is for you or not and book a call. All right, so we are going to end with that. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. We appreciate you. This is actually recorded. It's recorded on LinkedIn. It's recorded on YouTube. So if you didn't get in from the beginning, then you want to go and listen to the entire recording. Okay. Make sure you connect with these incredible speakers, and make sure you are here 7 days from now, same time, same place. As always, it has been a plum pleasing pleasure to be here with you today. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye. All right. Oh.